Hi guys, welcome back to another episode or another video of my channel. My name is Jade. Um, this is part 2 to the other video that I showed, and again I apologize that um, my camera is blurry. I've been trying to figure that out all day. I don't know what's going on, but as you can see here in my hands, continuing with the other video or follow up to the other video, this one is Red Heart Super Saver Ombre Light Blue. This is actually really soft. This is one of my favorites so far. I have yet to use this. I wound up getting 4 because they showed on their website that they're on sale and they're having a discount, which I'm guessing would mean that they're getting ready to discontinue these. I don't know. But while you can and while supplies last, go grab these. Because this specific one I think is fixing to, or is about to be discontinued. I wanted to grab as many of these as I possibly could, and there's still more of these that I do want to wind up getting, but I don't know if I can, with money being so tight. I still have to make a living, and it's not like I've got a business or anything, so, so that's one of the many to get this video started off. I had wound up starting another video, but one of my yarns hit the camera because I threw it and it cut off the video, so I'm having to restart and make another one. And one of the things I said in the other video, or the last video right before it got cut off, was if any of you can put down in the comments below any kind of I guess you could say, like, any kind of advice as to how to become a better content creator, that'd be great. I don't hardly ever come on YouTube ever because I'm just not that great of a content creator, as you will see in some of my other videos, but that's a whole nother story for another day. But anyway, let's keep moving forward. This I showed in the last video. This is Cool Stripe. I honestly want to get more of these, but I don't want to get more until I actually use up some of these. So, and I actually have 2 more blankets started. This is the first blanket I've made. And again, like I said, last year I made 2 scarves using the moss stitch, which is the stitch I used here. Which I need to see. Okay, I did not put a stitch marker in that. I actually need to get more stitch markers as well. But on a side note, as you can see, it's definitely my favorite. I've got 5 of these. I've also got 5 of these because they're my favorites. Again, this whole pile I've got over here that I showed you in the beginning of this video and last video. I think I showed you guys. Let me just do... Yeah, that pile right there is all yarns that are my favorite. This one is Dawn. I showed you that in the last video. I don't remember all the yarns that I showed you, but this one is Indigo. This is another one of my favorites. I've got 2 of these. Absolutely gorgeous. This is one of their new ones, I do believe. Sunset is another one of their new ones. Party is another one of their new ones that they just came out with. They came out with a bunch of bitty stripes too, that I haven't seen. I think, no, I don't think Marigold is one of them. Oh, but I do have one that I can show real quick. Hot Stuff. This I got for my sunset blanket that I'm actually currently sitting on, and I explained this in the last video. I apologize, but I had to I had to turn my studio or my art room into also a storage room because I'm just staying in a 1-bedroom apartment, which kind of sucks when you're a content creator or artist creator. But Hot Stuff, absolutely gorgeous. Um, I'm more drawn to like blues and teals and rainbow colors. Like this is again another one of my top favorite yarns. I've got like 5 or 6 of those because I have plans to make like a whole scarf with those, but I don't think I got to it, or if I did, I just need to block it. Um, but I don't want to stay stuck on the same yarn. So, moving on, macaw. Let's talk about macaw. This, so far, and Horizon, and Dawn. I know I haven't used Dawn, but I have used these two in this blanket. Absolutely amazing. Oh my god. These two, I almost, when I was making this blanket, I couldn't choose between the two. I mean, just look at how beautiful these two blend well together. And what I did was, there was times where I was confused, like, at what colors I wanted to use because I have so many. Plus, with the colors, I mean, I was just blown away at how beautiful this wound up turning out because of all these different colors. But there was times where I wound up putting together this, like 2 rows of this, 2 rows of this, 2 rows of this, and then I did like 2 rows of this, and then black, 2 rows of black. I mean, I was just blown away by how some of these colors wound up turning out. I mean, they came together really well, and they blended really well. So that's that. Okay. In the last video, I had mentioned there was a specific one that was discontinued that Yarnspirations no longer makes. They do have one that has the same name as this one, but the sad thing is, it's not as beautiful, and I wish, entirely I wish, that they had not discontinued this, because I'm so drawn to, like, rainbow colors, and Monet is one of the many that I absolutely love, along with Galaxy, Horizon, the Stillwater pooling, and even the Papaya pooling. I absolutely love these. And I'll do another video later, if I can get to it, where I actually had ordered some yarn. I just have to go get it. That the yarn is called block or blocking type yarn. I don't know what that means, but the colors are just beautiful, and I want to do a review on those. I haven't seen them yet or used them yet, but I do want to go get those. This one is called Starburst Print. Look at how beautiful those colors blend so well together. And I apologize, it's getting dark. My light kind of sucks. You can still kind of see the light, but it could be brighter. I think. But yeah, this one, absolutely amazing. I got 3 of these because I found them at Walmart, and I got the last 3 before I could even give anyone a chance, because I had seen Creative Grandma. I went onto her channel and watched her, and she did a review on these. That's how I found out about these, and then several days later I went to Walmart and they had them, but it's the last few that they had. And I think she did mention how they did discontinue these rainbow Starburst Print ones, because they do have Starburst Print on their website for Yarnspirations, but it's just not as pretty. I don't really care for the colors. But all the yarns so far that I've bought from Yarnspirations, I absolutely love. They would make great for really warm blankets. If you're into like heavy wintry type blankets, they would be great for that. And I'm actually in the process of trying to actively finish this blanket before the winter hits, because the winter's in Iowa. fur. I mean, they're freaking cold. I'm originally from Oklahoma, so the winters down there ain't shit. I mean, they ain't nothing compared to um, the winters up here. They're not anything compared. So I think the coldest it gets in Oklahoma is maybe below 60 degrees, but it doesn't get below 5. Here in Iowa, it gets pretty cold. This one, I believe, is called Scuba something or other. I would have to go back and look at the tag or try to find the tag. I've got my tags kind of just randomly everywhere. And when I say tag, I mean the packaging, like the wrapper. This one is peaceful. So I would have to kind of look around and see. This one is just black because I recently bought some black because I ran out. This one's called Scuba. Absolutely amazing, and it does tend to show up brighter than on the phone than it does in person, but I mean, still. This is one of my absolute favorites that I have yet to use, and I think what I want to do for one of my patterns is do something with like 2 rows of this, 2 rows of black in between, and then maybe 2 rows of this, which is dawn, and then do another 2 rows of black, or do something where I put a different color in between, so like let's say something like this, but I don't know, what do you guys think? You'll have to let me know down in the comments what you think of that pattern, just to kind of get ideas while I'm sitting here looking at all my yarns. I mean, I've got so many that I almost can't even keep up with all my yarns. But moving on, because I don't want to keep blabbing and wasting you guys' time. Sweet Treat. That was actually one that I found that goes really well as long as you put black in between. I mean, you don't have to put black in between, but I'm really picky with my color scheme. And where I get my ideas from, I don't know. It's just something I've kind of always been doing ever since I was young. Like, I'll show you an example here. I made this, I don't know how long ago, but you can kind of tell I try to keep the colors separate. So like, I don't put blue next to blue, I don't put green next to green. I'll do like every other maybe, but I do all of my art if I can in that pattern, in that color sequence. So when it comes to crocheting, I try to keep that same pattern going as well as anything else. I do that with the perler beads, I do that with just making regular necklaces, like with the beads. I think right behind this camera I do have some designs, but I'm not wanting to get up, because that'll kind of ruin the video, I think. So yeah, Sweet Treat I found was actually really beautiful when you put black in between, and I did Party, but before I did Party I also did this. So it wound up looking like this, if you can imagine black in between, and I did that for the ending of this blanket, and I think if I can hold this up and show you guys, that's what it wound up actually looking like. I'm very satisfied with how this blanket actually turned out, and I don't even feel like I'm done with it. I could be done with it, but I'm choosing not to be done with it because I still have yet to add all these oranges and reds to make it look like a real sunset. There's all these pretty blues and greens and variegated ones like this that I still wanted to add, and I wanted to keep adding because they're just that beautiful. So that's why I'm still taking the time to try and work on this before winter hits. I had mentioned this one in my last video as well. This is Neon Stripe, and I actually wound up making a scarf, which I can later on show you guys. I'm just not gonna do it right now. And And the only reason why I'm not doing it right now is because, again, I'm horrible with making content, as you'll see when you go into my YouTube channel, and I apologize if I start to sound like a broken record. I'm not meaning to. I don't come on here often enough because I, again, simply don't want to, I'm not big on technology, and I'm not big on creating content. I'm not very good at it, and I usually like to live a private life. So, and I'm sure a lot of my friends in Oklahoma know that too. So, I actually made a scarf with these two together. I did the neck in this color, and then I did, like, when it comes down and around, I did the both sides of the scarf using this, and it wound up turning out so beautiful. These two, again, are absolutely my top favorites. I hope Yarnspiration doesn't get rid of these and discontinue them, and same with this. Yarnspirations, I hope you guys decide to keep this in stock, because this is another one of my favorites, and I don't have enough to make, I might have enough to make a scarf, but to make a sweater or anything like that, I don't have enough. So I'm hoping to buy more of that in the future. I usually like to wait until their stuff goes on sale. This one, I was absolutely, again, just like the rest of the yarns, I was in love with it. This one is called Polo Stripe. I think I kind of felt like it's as rare as this, because I've not seen, as far as, shawls or blankets or whatever, I don't think I've seen people make anything with this color or this color, and maybe people don't know about it, or they haven't looked at it enough, or they just don't go shopping on Yarnspirations, or I don't know what the big deal is, but for all of you who crochet, or those of you who are out there learning to make projects, I hope this inspires you to want to make more scarves or crochet, like stuffed animals or whatever you knit or crochet. I hope this inspires you, because it definitely inspired me. I spent hours looking on Yarnspirations just to kind of get the feel and idea for what I was looking for, and there's yarns on there I thought I was, I was speechless. There's so many yarns on there that I kept getting ideas for, and I've never in my life have seen anybody make anything with using this or this. These I was torn between. And Paired Stripe, I'm sure people have used that. I think I have like 4 of these. I absolutely love the colors in this. I did use the blues and the purples and the pinks for this sunset blanket, because it does look like a sunset. But as far as the greens and the teals, I had the idea to add that into a rainbow blanket. And I did actually wind up using this, which is Wildflower. This one is brand new. I just bought this a few days ago. So I absolutely love the colors of this. This one actually looks a little bit different than the other Wildflower that I have, which I am not going to try to dig in this pile for, because otherwise those will just all come tumbling down, and then it might mess up my phone, and I'm trying not to have the camera messed up. This, when I was digging around on Yarnspirations, I found this beauty. This one is called Electric, and again, I'll tell you the grams. 283 grams, 482 yards, 440 millimeters. It is, so it says to use a 5.5 millimeter in the crochet hook. I use a 4.5 for anyone who's curious. And again, I hope this inspires you to maybe continue to want to crochet or, you know, make blankets or whatever. This one, I want to honestly get more of. Not just do I want to get more in this or more of this or perhaps even more of this before they discontinue it. Or, see, that's what I didn't want to have happen. Even these are my brand new ones. I really don't want to dig in the pile because it's getting to be a bit sketchy, as you can kind of see it, you know, here. These, I think they really are about to discontinue. These are the light blues that feel really soft. Again, I love the colors. They're so warm. I could make probably 50 blankets because that's how warm they are. And I'm big on wanting warmth, especially being here in Iowa. I don't know where Yarnspirations is originally located, but I don't really necessarily need to know that. But it would just be kind of awesome to know. I see here's another cool stripe. See, I've got, so far I found 3 cool stripes out of my 5 cool stripes that I know I have. Let's see. I know I haven't gone through all these yarns. Oh yeah. There's one I just got today called Lily Pad, which I wish I would have grabbed. I thought I grabbed it, but maybe I didn't. Because I wanted to do a review on that. But I had this idea for my rainbow blanket to maybe add this, which is seaweed, and to maybe do a pattern, or put together a pattern that has seaweed and lily pad. I thought those two would be beautiful. And when I just got my lily pad, OMG was I in love. I mean, I was just in love with those as I was a lot of these other ones. Probably just as much in love as I was, with these. They look almost identical, but this one on the left or right or whichever, because it looks different in the camera than it does in real life. This one is the discontinued version of, trying to think, Starburst print. I keep forgetting that name, but I got 3 of these. And this is Unicorn Mane. They still have Unicorn Mane. I think right now, last time I looked, they're out of stock. They keep going out of stock on this one. And there's one point in time where Lily Pad, of all things, was out of stock. And I had no idea. Another one that I noticed that keeps sometimes going out of stock is this one. I don't think it's out of stock right now. But for a while there, this one was out of stock. And the jumbo one of this was out of stock. I think right now, if you go look, they do have these in stock. And they have Lily Pad in stock. But every once in a while, they do tend to go out of stock. But I think as of right now, unless I look in here, I think that's it for all the ones that I absolutely love. But real quick, I don't know if I reviewed this one or not. This is Ocean. And this one is actually another one of my favorites. I mean, I know I keep saying that, and I apologize if I sound like a broken record. I'm not trying to. Again, this is why I never come on here, because I'm not the greatest at content creating. And I know I'm probably not going to get 100,000 views or 100,000 likes. For one, because I know my videos already are too long. For 2, nobody has probably ever seen me except for only so few times. But for those of you who do crochet, I would highly recommend going and checking out Creative Grandma's channel. Her views for Yarnspiration, yarns, and all that, it's way better than mine. I highly recommend you go check her YouTube channel out. She's probably way better than me, but I just wanted to kind of give a shout out to Yarnspirations and all that they do, and to let them know that almost half their yarns or half their store is my top favorite. And I also want to encourage people to really learn or teach themselves how to crochet. It is a wonderful hobby. If you don't know what to do and you're confused as to what you want to get into for art, this is actually my top favorite. I mean, I like this more than diamond art kits, more than perler beads, more than sewing. Of course, I haven't really done much sewing, but I used to sew when I was in middle school. I mean, this is like top of the line. Like, if I had to rate the amount of projects or art hobbies that I would actually like to get into, I would have to say this is it. Crocheting is top of the line, number one hit for hobbies for me. I'm so addicted. It's the best thing I could have ever gotten myself into. I do like to make necklaces, but I think I like this more than making necklaces. For some of you out there, it might be you like to make necklaces more than crochet, or you like to color more than crochet. I like to color too, but for me, this is where it's at. I've already started my first blanket, which I'm really proud of myself for. It took me 2 months already to try and get this almost completely finished, and I still feel like I'm not done. I could be done, and I probably should be done with how big it is, but I'm not willing to give up. I do have 2 more other blankets, which that's the same blanket. Okay. This is the one I actually am going to eventually work on after I get done with my sunset blanket. I don't know what kind of pattern to do for this. I'm debating if I want to do 2 rows of black next, or if I want to add a pink. If I do add a pink, it's probably going to wind up being this, which is Pretty in Pink. They just discontinued the jumbo size and the Pretty in Pink, which is disappointing because I really like Pretty in Pink. But I definitely want to get more macaw. I definitely want to get more in a lot of these, and I usually try to shoot for the jumbo sizes if I can, especially when I'm making a blanket that's gonna take me probably 3 months or 4 months, however many months. I do spend a lot of time crocheting, more than I do with my 2D art, which my 2D art does take a lot longer than the crochet, but again, this is like top of the line, best hobby I could have ever gotten myself into. But with that being said, I think I'm gonna end the video there. I hope you guys like, share, follow, leave down in the comments what you guys think, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Keep crocheting and creating.